It's time. Cross spots. We have our red Protoss, naming himself after a Pokemon. He is...
GgoBooGie.
And now to our blue Terran at the bottom of the map. His name stands for his initials.
SC for you.
Doesn't really care about the S part of his name as much as it's not Cal.
I know. Maybe it's for Southern California. He's from SoCal.
No.
Probably says hella a lot.
Hella.
I think about California. People from California, they always want to tell you the difference between Northern and Southern California.
Yeah.
Like you care. You know? Like,
I don't.
I don't care, man. From the cool state.
Yeah.
All right. It is on. We have a pretty interesting matchup here. They're far apart. It will probably be a long game.
Yeah, it definitely could be. And, this is going to work in the favor of whoever...
Uh-oh. Why did your computer do that, Artosis?
My computer's flipping out right now.
All right, sit tight. Everybody be cool. All right. Oh, all right. Everything's cool.
Wait 1 second. All right. You tasteless talk for a minute.
All right, I'm talking.
Go ahead and talk.
We have a little problem with Artosis' computer, and we'll get that fixed in a minute for you guys. Okay, anyways, sorry, on to the game. Barracks Refinery. And our Protoss just getting gas. Playing pretty standard. Now he's going to go ahead and get his orbital.
Yep. Anyways, looks like
so we gotta take
it's not
care of-
happening anymore. Hopefully, we will not have that.
We're having a
occur
little
again.
bit of problems with Artosis' computer. It should be taken care of.
Yeah.
Nobody freak out. Calm down. You can sit back down now.
Yeah. Hopefully it all works up. And we do have a second gas this time
Oh,
from
Tech Lab.
Squirtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like a very similar build for SC Foyu.
Now, he might want to get a Reaper and Scout.
I think so, Tasteless. That or the Marauder expansion.
Yeah.
I do like the Reaper first, though.
I
seems,
prefer it.
Yeah, it seems short-sighted to go for just a Marauder expand. The Reaper expand is going to give you a lot more map control. And it's just going to make you, scout sometimes and actually see what's in your opponent's base. It's pretty good.
The scouting is really everything. I mean, if you know what they're doing and you know how the game works, you can just counter it. And that's why, actually, if you're a really, really good player, when you're scouted, you immediately change your pattern of what you're doing.
Yeah, that's actually very true. You can cancel tech. You have to know the transitions you can do at the certain time. Sometimes you get scouted, you have to go with it anyways. Sometimes you get scouted and it doesn't matter. There's all sorts of different reactions to being scouted, Tasteless.
Do you remember the tournament we had in New Hampshire? And I played against Evade, and I was going DTs. With StarCraft 1, I made a Citadel. I got scouted, right?
Yeah.
So he's busy. He's like, all right, I'm going to make turrets and defend. So I actually just went 2-base carrier. Do you remember that?
I don't recall that game. I think I was busy beating G5 at the time.
Yeah, you were playing G5. But, I mean, you could do it because he's sitting back at home. I mean, all right, DTs.
Wait a minute. I find this hard to believe. You're saying that Evade made turrets?
I'm saying that he made turrets this game. I don't know if he has a reputation for doing that, but he had to turtle that game. So
I feel bad for everyone who doesn't know about Evade from StarCraft 1. There's actually games where he would make 200 turrets in a game.
Yeah, he would turtle so hard he'd wear the guy out.
Yeah.
We haven't quite seen that style yet in StarCraft 2.
Can't wait till we do.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to catch on eventually. 4 warp gates. I love that. You know what's so smart about that is inside the Protoss' base, if the back, he has one next to the smoke sack on the inside, one on the outside. Now take a look at that. Even if the Reaper sees that one on the outside, and he will, if he doesn't spot the one on the inside,
he does check.
Because you could see 3 warp gates and be like, oh, well, I don't know if he's actually going to rush me. He might be expanding, doing something else.
Very true. Now, A gaggle of sentries do make their way down to the Terran base.
Gaggle?
Gaggle
I
of
don't believe you
sentries.
can call it a gaggle, Artosis.
Oh, I can call it a gaggle. I just did Tasteless, and I'll do it again. It's a gaggle.
A pack of sentries, maybe? A pride of sentries?
A pride of sentries. Sentries have no pride, Tasteless. They carry around giant snow globes. And it looks like he's going to go for the Tasteless Contain.
Oh, yes. Probably the strongest contain in the world.
I think so.
No, you know what's so smart with this? He's been spotted. Looks like he was going to do a 4-warp gate rush. So what he's going to do now is just continue to force field down here. Not
and
make too many
just
more
hold
units.
him up the ramp.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Very sexy.
He's got to be careful not to lose those extra units because a stim and run down, some units will probably get out before the force fields go up, and he's got to have some units there to stop that. But this will buy him at least some time. In fact, right now he should just start an infinite force field on the ramp. That's actually what he should do at this point. He doesn't want to try to catch things.
That's what Tasteless would do. You know, we could probably make a bracelet for that. Totally original idea. What would Tasteless do?
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. He's not going to force field.
Yeah, he has enough to do it, and he's just deciding not to. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to kill off little pieces of the army as they come down, but he doesn't have a lot of units down there, so I don't know how much I like that.
I love this build.
Yeah.
Or actually, this is a response build. Just like we were mentioned earlier, if you're scouted and they see what your build is, you don't have to go ahead and do it.
He was trying for a 4-warp gate, and it got scouted, and he decides, okay. But he may have decided beforehand that he wanted to do this like this.
Maybe.
But you would think it wouldn't be 4-warp gates. It might be a little bit less than that. Maybe 3-warp gates.
And Artosis, you're not going to be happy. He's getting a robotics bay. He's going Colossus.
Well, that is actually, I'm just going to let it happen because that is how people are playing. That's the current metagame. That's the current style of 99% of Protosses around the world. You go 2-base Colossus against Terran. One day, Tasteless, they'll see the light.
And then they're going to do the Artosis build.
They're going to do the Artosis build, which consists of making High Templars instead of Colossus.
Yes. It's in the prophecy. Oh, look at this poor sentry getting zapped by the Marauder. Oh, we don't have a shot of it. I got to stop looking at your screen, Artosis. Cast off my screen.
Yeah. But he should, there you go. Just never-ending force fields is going to slow down poor SC Foyu so infinitely much that basically all that has to happen here, I would just leave 4 sentries or so and send everything else home because when SC Foyu comes down that ramp, he is going to be like a mad bull, Tasteless. He's going to charge all the way to Squirtle's base, and it's going to take every water gun that Squirtle can find to hold off the ridiculous amount of Marines and Marauders that are going to come down.
Yeah, I think he might have overextended his stay. I think you're dead on. Leave maybe 3, maybe even 2 sentries. Just
dropship time.
A few more force fields and go home.
And in fact, he's just leaving 1 there, Tasteless. Going to throw up a couple more force fields.
They drew straws. And there's just 1 poor sentry all alone. He's like...
Well, the Zealot cheated, man, because sentries don't have hands to actually draw straws with.
Oh!
And that sentry should probably vamoose. It does
he
not
should
have
probably
enough
pop in another Duracell, man. He's low on energy. Energizer's fine, too. They don't sponsor us, say whatever battery.
Yeah.
Have you seen in Korea these ads with the Duracell bunny?
No.
There's some, I don't know if it's Duracell or some battery. They literally took a bunny. They did the same theme. It's like a bunny that does parkour.
Oh yeah, I did see those commercials actually. Yeah. No, it's quite funny. There's all sorts of copyright infringement over there. All sorts of it.
Now we have the barracks on the way. 2 Vikings. And
now this,
I don't know if Protoss should move out.
Well, it's actually the worst move strategically you could ever come up with.
You cannot do this. You cannot do this.
You have just expanded and kept someone up his ramp, making nothing but units on 1 base for a very long time. The last thing you ever want to do at this point is get aggressive. You've had your expansion up forever comparatively. This is not the right move. This is the wrong move. Whether he wins or loses here, this is the wrong move.
This is not...
You're not supposed to attack here. Sit back across the map. Take a 3rd base.
Yeah.
There's no way that anything's going to happen to you. You're so far ahead right now. Well, not army-wise, you're not so far ahead. Economically, though, you've had your base up for a long time. You've got good tech. You've got good amount of warp gates. Don't do this, Squirtle. Don't do it, Squirtle. Don't. Oh, he's going to do it. but he might be able to do okay. He does have 3 Colossus there. They're going to make a huge difference. And a lot of really good force fields. Stalker's getting a lot of hits from behind. But is he killing the units quick enough of SC Foyu?
Looks like this attack is going to work. The Protoss doesn't have enough Vikings.
Well, he does have enough of everything else.
Excuse me.
And, well...
That's why you don't do that.
Yeah, you don't do that. Thing is, even if he wins with it, as I was saying, this is just not how you do it.
When you probably get a shot of this battle here. I totally agree with you. It's risky, and but you know what? A win is a win.
It is indeed. I mean, he got really far ahead, so far ahead that doing a move like this, he's not going to be fully punished for it, and he's going to be able to pick up a win.
Yeah. So expect GG any second. Any second now. Any minute now.
GG. So we are tied up, Tasteless. 1-1.
Squirtle is back.
That's right. SC Foyu has fainted, Tasteless.
He's captured an SC Foyu.
SC Foyu's is a Foyu Pokemon, so you can't actually take him from your opponent.
Oh, really?
A Pokemon that already lives in a Pokeball cannot be taken into another Pokeball. It is against Pokemon League rules.
So, interesting games here, I gotta say. Little bit disappointed there with Squirtle, even though he won that. I think the way he went about it, was just not the cleanest way to do it.
Well, here, let me explain the theory a little bit
first
in
of all,
depth.
ran when he could have actually attacked at the start of that, and that's a lot of damage that could have been dealt very quickly.
That's very true. Also, the thing is, the whole focus of Squirtle's strategy was to keep him up his ramp to get his economy ahead. And he did that, but the thing is, while that was happening, of course, what was SC Foyu doing? He was making a ton of units. So, basically, SC Foyu has this huge army at that time off of one base, and just taking his expansion then, Squirtle should have sat across the map, used the distance plus the additional time that he had an expansion up, plus his additional warp gates from having that expansion up. He built this great infrastructure and then just decided, oh, I'm just going to go try to kill him. And it did work, yes, and that's great. And congratulations, Squirtle, for that.
Yeah.
But don't try to do that at home.
Don't do this at home, kids.
Really not the best move to do. It is much better at the pro level, at the sub-pro level, at any level to try to play the game in such a way that...
If you're on the ladder and you do what Squirtle did, let's just say you were in 100 situations, the same situation as that, and you were to do what Squirtle would win, you would have not as good of a ladder record as if you had played it safer.
There you go.